Hi, it's Tuesday, May 11th, and I'm coming to you from my home office to try and help stop the spread of COVID across our region. As I look back over the past year, we've lived through this pandemic. We've tried to navigate lockdown, open up, stay at home, and many confusing regulations. But today, a year later, as much as things have changed, they really haven't. Public health advice remains the same. Stay home, stay apart, wear a mask, and wash your hands. Having said that, after living this way for the past year, we have all got significant COVID fatigue. We are all exhausted. We miss our friends, we miss our family, and we miss life as we know it. With this fatigue, I'm also seeing people more often pointing fingers at each other, complaining about other people's behavior, or commenting on how people should or shouldn't interact or live in Muskoka, especially commenting on specific service industries across our region. As summer approaches, the issues of seasonal residents returning for the summer or seasonal workers living in staff housing and bringing COVID to Muskoka are at the forefront. Let me be clear, the township does not set public health policy, nor do we control who can or who cannot work or visit Muskoka. This is the domain of senior levels of government. The federal government, we know, regulates international travel through our borders. The province is regulating interprovincial travel, and public health sets the rules for businesses and for people to follow. We know there are protocols in place for a 14-day quarantine for anyone who arrives in Canada, and the province is most certainly enforcing this quarantine. So much so that one of our seasonal residents arriving back 10 days ago to their island in Muskoka to quarantine. Guess what? The OPP, unannounced, stopped by their island to ensure they were in fact in quarantine and following protocols. Wow, even I was surprised, but good on the province. And thank you to the resident who was following the protocols. I also know that every service sector business that typically employ full-time or even summer seasonal staff have all implemented specific COVID protocols to ensure both their staff and their patrons are safe. The province have also mandated specific infection control practices by regulation that all businesses must follow industry by industry. Health inspectors continue to make routine and random checks at all businesses across Muskoka. They ensure compliance and that everyone is protected. So why do we continue to have cases in Muskoka? In simple terms, it is because people do not wear masks. People continue to socialize with their friends. People continue to travel to hotspots. They also travel to big box stores south of Muskoka. And yes, this includes many of our year-round residents traveling from Muskoka to the south. Just because we live full-time in Muskoka doesn't make us immune. We too can bring the virus here. So what can we all do? Firstly, we need to change our personal habits and keep our own distance from everyone. We also need to know that public health and our Simcoe Muskoka District Health Unit are on top of any and all cases in Muskoka. And they have protocols in place to protect all of Muskoka. We need to trust this system and do our part to protect ourselves. We also need to be respectful to everyone. With that respectful perspective, no one wants COVID. And I pray that no one else in our community from any household or any business actually ever contracts COVID. If, however, they do, and yes, presumably somebody may, knowing that public health will take over from that point and mandate protocols for everyone's safety. My only hope and wish is for their speedy recovery so that they can once again return as a valued member of our community. Please also understand that I am personally watching this pandemic unfold very much the same way as you are. Muskoka Lakes and your council is implementing best practices to keep our staff safe, as well as each and every one of you when delivering the services that we do. We are also working closely with Simcoe Muskoka Health Unit to understand and interpret provincial regulations, while at the same time supporting our residents and businesses throughout these challenging times. I mentioned COVID fatigue earlier, and I would like to say thank you to all of you who have endured, for all of you that have gone through and gone the extra mile, and for those that continue to do your part. Though the numbers over the last 6 months haven't been great, your collective efforts have helped. So thank you. And with the vaccine rollout, if we can continue this up for just a little bit longer, I'm confident that we can get back to a normal or a new normal here in Muskoka. On a personal note, regarding vaccines, I encourage everyone to get vaccinated. I know this is a personal choice, and it was for me, but I firmly believe that the more protection we can provide ourselves and ultimately each other, the better off we will be. I received my first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine 3 weeks ago now, and I am truly thankful. I believe that the sooner we can all get vaccinated, the more we can keep our distance and the more we can follow the rules, the faster we can get back to this new normal. Thank you, and please remain COVID smart, COVID safe. Let's support each other. Let's respect each other. And remember, we are all in this together. Thank you.